Hi, we are so happy to welcome you from the InCyber Forum Canada 2024. And today I have with me Vinod D'Souza from Google Cloud, right? And maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Vinod D'Souza from Google Cloud Office of the CISO, and I lead the manufacturing and the industry vertical for Office of the CISO.
That's awesome. We're very happy to count Google Cloud as a partner here at the InCyber Forum. So, just a few questions for
Sure.
you, Vinod. Google Cloud plays a crucial role in guiding security strategies for various industries.
Mhm.
Can you please share the vision of Google's Office of the CISO and how it supports organizations?
Okay. So for Google Cloud Office of the CISO was formed to help our strategic customers with their cloud adoption. So the way we work is we partner with the CISOs or executives who are responsible for security, and we help them from a safe cloud adoption and the digital transformation. With the digital transformation, you get complex security challenges. So our goal is to kind of making sure that with the digital transformation, any security challenges that arise, we are there to help guide partners to we help guide as a partner to the executives of those customers.
Okay, thank you so much. Manufacturing companies
Yeah.
are undergoing significant digital transformation.
Yes.
What unique cybersecurity challenges are manufacturers facing today, and how is Google Cloud helping them address these risks?
Yeah, manufacturing companies are going through a massive digital transformation. As from my vantage point, where we can see there is a lot of convergence that is taking place from operational technology and the information technology side of the things. And when that convergence happens, there is more connectivity, and because of that, there are concerns in the industry about like widened attack surface, and where these customers can, especially in the sector, can get attacked from some of the the cyber elements, right? Like which are like the bad actors, nation state, and others. So where Google Cloud is helping them is, especially in the OT side of the things, there are a lot of legacy systems which are decade-old systems, and the today's industry is all about smart products, as we're kind of going through the industry 4.0 revolution. And many of these companies are trying to leverage this data and trying to use this data from a computing and analytics perspective. So where Google Cloud is coming and helping is building security architecture so that they can enable this connectivity from the OT to the IT. There are many legacy protocols in the manufacturing floor. How do we enable some of the analytics and how do we make the connectivity for these legacy protocols to the cloud environment in a seamless manner? So there are a number of other things. The one of the key thing is also to get visibility into the OT assets. We are working with number of partners as well as other solutions where these sensors are collecting the data from the manufacturing and the OT floor, and we are feeding that information to the security operations center so that we know if there are any anomalies that are taking place or any elements that need to be monitored. So it's helping these customers monitor for the OT assets and any anomalies that are taking place in that environment.
Amazing. The manufacturing industry involves both IT and OT
Yeah.
environments,
Hmm.
which come with obviously distinct security needs.
Yeah.
What is your guys' approach to ensure comprehensive protection across these different segments?
Yeah. The way we look at the manufacturing environment is not just OT, but we look at them as four pillars. One is the enterprise and information technology pillar, which is traditionally with, if you look at any other sectors, they have the same applications, which I would say admin systems or any other application that may not be on the manufacturing floor, the IT applications, right? So that is one pillar. The other pillar, as you mentioned, the OT and the industrial controls, the operational technology environment. So we look at them as a separate pillar. But in addition to those, we also look at as the products. Manufacturing companies are, manufacturing, developing a lot of products. they are being designed using engineering technology. And as these products come into the market, many times customers have the connectivity with these products to gain insights on how that product is doing in the market, as well as in the production environment, if those products are meeting the quality standards and things like that. So we also have an approach to kind of making sure that we are helping the manufacturing companies there. And the last one is the supplier ecosystem. Like manufacturers need a lot of parts. Once they build products, they need to ship the products in a simple terms. As these products are being shipped and transformed, transported, you need to kind of think about how do you take care of the suppliers, right, who are supplying these products. So supplier security. To coming to your question around OT environment, right, especially I think how we are doing is, as I mentioned, connecting some of the legacy protocols that are out there in the operational floor, connect them to the cloud environment. So we have a solution called manufacturing data engine is one example, where it can connect with 250 plus legacy protocols within the OT environment and connect to cloud for various reasons. One example could be the analytics capability that you can leverage. The other one is, as I mentioned earlier, around the visibility of the assets. How do you monitor for cyber threats and the cyber events that are taking place in the OT. Through some of these sensors, we are integrating that with the Google SecOps, and we are leveraging that product to kind of monitor for these threats. So those are kind of the examples on how we are helping them.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Supply chain security
Yeah.
is critical as
Yes.
well, obviously, in your field. So, where third party risks can have significant impacts, how do you approach supply chain security for your manufacturing
Yeah.
clients?
I think that's an interesting question, mainly because ve- many of the suppliers, third parties, manufacturing customers engage with, they come up with their own systems, and many times you don't know whether um, or how vulnerable they are, right? And if a particular third party company carries vulnerabilities of any sort of any kind of vulnerabilities in their environment, there is always a risk that when that you can pass on that
Mhm.
vulnerability to your manufacturers, right? So the way we work with the manufacturing customers is, how you can collaborate in a secure manner, secure, like maybe secure connectivity with those suppliers, or secure collaboration tools that we can leverage to connect with the suppliers. That is on mostly on the logistical side of the things, but also on the informational technology side of the things. The software supply chain, we are coming up with a lot of the support for the open source technologies, and how Google kind of supports the open source, and making sure that the customers can leverage. That is also one part of the supplier ecosystem that we kind of look at. So those are some of the examples that how we are helping them.
Let's talk about resilience.
Okay.
How does Google Cloud assist in building cyber resilience
Hmm.
to withstand disruptions and maintain also business continuity for
Yeah.
these industries?
Yeah. As you know, the Google Cloud comes up with a resilience architecture. The way we designed our infrastructure, keeping security in mind. So in many cases, or many of the global regions that we have, it comes with the support of multiple regions, multiple zones, where you can host your system, and you can also spread out across the region how you actually host those systems. So that is one part of the resiliency, where we can making sure that a particular region, or within a particular region, if a zone or something fails, that you have backup connectivity, right? In addition, there are some of the customers who are leveraging the sovereign solutions, where we are trying to help them with offering the sovereignty cloud solutions, meeting their requirements, from a compliance perspective. The other biggest thing is, especially from a manufacturing perspective, I think one thing that we are encouraging our customers is, especially in a uh, physical system that is connected with the IT systems, if a system fails, it, we encourage customers to make sure that there is fail-safe enabled to making sure that the minimal functionality you need for a system to function that is there. So some of these are examples. I think, I mean, we are called as, resilience is a big thing from a Google Cloud perspective, from an architecture perspective, but also on the other use cases that the customers are focusing. We help them design those architectures for them.
Okay. Um, about data privacy
Yeah.
and compliance, these are obviously growing priorities for companies. How do you support your clients in meeting these compliance requirements while protecting sensitive data?
Yeah. So similar to the security by design, I think most of our systems are built keeping privacy by design in mind as well, right? So we take care of the data privacy elements very seriously, and that's where you will see us investing a lot on the digital sovereignty solutions across the globe. With that said, one example that I can give is Google Cloud offers number of independent certifications to meet various compliance regulations or compliance standards. And as we have customers across the globe, in many regions in many countries, uh, we go through those attestations by independent auditors multiple times. In addition, we offer contractual commitments from a data privacy perspective. So those are some of the examples on how we offer them.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I think I don't know if everyone knows about those certifications,
Yeah.
but I think that's quite amazing that you guys do that. Just a last question,
Yeah.
because we like talking about trends here, and that's why we gather people is also to share information
Yeah.
because it's so important. And so, what trends do you see shaping the future of cybersecurity in this industry? And how is Google Cloud preparing to address these evolving needs?
So I think there are a few trends that are taking place right now, based on our conversation, our engagement with customers, and it is not a surprise, right? AI is everywhere in terms of how manufacturing companies are leveraging artificial intelligence in their manufacturing processes, primarily around anomaly detections or uh, product quality, predictive maintenance, and number of other things. The IT/OT convergence is real, where many customers are trying to take advantage of Google Cloud, making sure that the OT environments, which are traditionally been separated, segregated, leveraging a cloud capability for various use cases. It could
Mhm.
be analytics, it could be uh, monitoring, it could be remote access, and number of things, right? There are conversations in the industry about leveraging the typical operations that we never thought that would be leveraged by cloud. Like, for example, any of the operational controls where you push signals to operate a machinery, to kind of keep it simple. Um, Cloud is being looked at as an alternative option, right? Um, Obviously, there are businesses are thinking about it like, hey, we kept these environments on premise for such a longer period of time. Can we do that? Then the human machine collaboration, as we I think, as we were here in this industry about industry 5.0 revolution. Obviously, we are talking about industry 4.0, and there is already talk about industry 5.0. There is more connectivity on how humans can collaborate with machines from a manufacturing environment perspective. So I mean, these are some of the examples, but I think the trend, if you kind of look at this, is more and more manufacturing companies are trying to leverage the newer technologies, and in their manufacturing processes, in terms of detecting and responding to cyber events, and among other so many use cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for answering all of these questions. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you around. Thank you to
Yeah.
Google Cloud for being an amazing partner to this conference. And we'll see you next year.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.